Okay, so we're long overdue for a little chapstick holder tutorial because I have a video on it, but it doesn't really go in detail. But basically, you'll need chapstick, a yarn of your choice, and a 4.25mm hook. And this pattern is very basic, so you can eyeball it or use a stitch marker or bobby pin. Make sure that you have a darning needle and scissors. The first step will be making the magic ring. I have a tutorial on this if you guys want it to be a little bit slower. Basically, you just cross it over so it'll be an X on the side facing you, and you pull that other side through, twist it, and chain one. After that, you're just going to be inserting 6 single crochets, and make sure it's not super tight because if you make it too tight, you probably won't be able to get into the stitch. And then mark the first stitch so that you remember where you started. And for absolute beginners, I'll link a single crochet tutorial down below as well. You're going to take your string and tighten it so that the loop closes. Take your stitch marker out and you're going to place 1 single crochet into that same stitch. Make sure you're crocheting over the tail that you have, by the way. And then you're going to mark it again and insert 1 more single crochet into that same stitch. Basically, to repeat the pattern all the way around for this round, you'll just be inserting 2 single crochets into each stitch. And once you get back to your marked stitch, you're just going to put 1 single crochet in it, mark it again. The rest of the way up will be single crochets all around the whole project. And when that tail starts to get in the way, you can just snip it off because by that time it should be pretty much secure in the piece. Like I said, round 4, round 5, round 6 will all be single crochets around, so make sure you just mark your first stitch. And after a few rounds, it starts to get a little bit tighter in the piece, so I like to actually flip it inside out. And you see the stitches way better that way. So to make sure you're doing the right amount of stitches, you can just put your chapstick in the chapstick holder. So that's how I was eyeballing it before, but I wanted to get an exact number of rows for you guys, so I was definitely counting how many I was doing. Round 7 and 8 are also single crochets around. Continue to single crochet around until you get to round 12. So for me, round 12 is the last round of single crochets, and I just put my chapstick in it to make sure that that was enough for me, and also make sure you push it up a little bit because sometimes the stitches can squeeze together. Yeah, like I said, after that you just repeat the single crochets until the 12th round. And now for the strap, you're going to chain 30. And once again, for the beginners, I'll leave some helpful links in the description to help you chain. After you've chained like 30, take your stitch marker out and slip stitch into that same stitch. And to secure it, you're going to chain 1, and then snip your yarn off, and you're basically done, but I'm going to teach you how to hide the tail. And this is where the darning needle comes in. You're just going to take it and put the yarn through. And I just like to put it in random spots and just make sure that I'm pulling it tight so that it secures the spot a little bit better. So I'll go back and forth in random places a few times. After going back and forth a few times, make sure that you leave the tail on the inside when you're sewing it together. I had to turn my piece inside out one more time just so that I could secure the tail in place. And then I'm going to snip it really close. And then I turn my project back the way it's supposed to be, and you're done. Yeah, now it's the perfect size for your chapstick, and it's really snug so it won't fall out, so it makes it a little bit harder to lose. I hope you guys had fun with my chapstick holder pattern, and here's a mini clip of me putting it on a bag if you needed help with that. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.